Welcome all for this discussion on sustainable green manufacturing. In this, the first chapter, Introduction to Green Manufacturing, I hope you have enough discussion on the definition of manufacturing sector and the impacts on the environment due to the development of manufacturing sector. In this particular discussion, we'll be seeing the roles of manufacturing in national growth, the technological changes and evolution risk due to the manufacturing sector development. Let us move on to the slides. The influence of development in manufacturing units in country's economy. It is already said the country's economy stands with number of sectors development in which the manufacturing sectors takes a major part of this development. The manufacturing sector is a crucial for employment generation and the development of a country's economy. The emerging of the manufacturing development process, the people shift their professions from agriculture to non-farm activities. The manufacturing sector development leads to the way of country's development, which we'll be seeing in following slides. Due to this minor share of GDP, which was held by the agriculture, is compromised by a major share that has been due to the development in the manufacturing sectors. The other influence of the development in the manufacturing sector in the country's economy or the growth in the division leads to the working age population increase. For example, the 40 years was the major limit to be for the employees in previous industries, where now it has been increased to 60, which is due to the development in the manufacturing sectors. Currently, the sector accounts 12% of the total employment in the country. Also, it increases the employment skill. It is important to train the employees in various industrial sectors, not alone in the capital, but also in other sectors of industries where the national growth and the national economy is being highly focused. The other influence of the development in the manufacturing units in the country's economy or the small and the medium enterprises and the micro, small and micro enterprises accounts more than 90% of the whole industrial activities that plays an important role in boosting the country's economy. It is noted that the small and medium enterprises and micro, small and medium enterprises contributes maximum opportunity for the self-employment. The national manufacturing policy, which contributes 25% of the GDP, that is gross development product, also ensures an employment for many lakhs of people in future. The scheme, that is the National Manufacturing Policy Scheme, focus on three things. First is improving the market scenario and facilitating the modern technology, and the next is providing access to the capital for small and medium enterprises, improves the other public and private sectors. We will see the reasons for the establishment of manufacturing sector or the reasons why the manufacturing sectors are growing in our nation. The globalization and the market free and the feasibility that leads to the rapid economical growth of the nation. The ease of the government policy is getting license for sectors, and the foreign companies are getting very easy to establish their units in any part of the world, especially in India, which is the main reason for the development of manufacturing sectors. Not only that, the ease of steps in building the manufacturing sectors in any country, and also independent law for private sectors in certain divisions such as telecommunication, electrical and transport, etc. Entry of private sectors, even where there is public sectors, are one such important fact why the manufacturing sector is being developing in all the nations. Reduction in the tax is again the welcoming for the foreigners to invest in the country, which leads to the manufacturing sector's development. This particular figure shows what is the necessity for going for a green production, who are the beneficiaries when we go for the sustainable manufacturing. It is, to be frank, that we need to give the world which we are enjoying to the future peoples, that is the future generation. So it is highly equal that the environment has to be safeguarded or sustained. Likewise, the economy should also equally sustain with the social reforms. Now, due to the development of the manufacturing sector, there are a lot of air pollution, water pollutions, and waste management need to be developed. And these things has to be sustained to ensure that there is ecological development or ecological insurance of the environment. The economics also equally important to get the profit out of what we manufacture by safeguarding the environment, and also the social, the community and the standard and the people around the world should be sustained with what the environment they are enjoying now. So the necessity of green production is not only to safeguard the environment, also to have a economical growth and also to have a social reform in the nation. The impacts of environmental sustainability is nothing but, for example, a raw material which has been converted into a product by a production process or manufacturing process. Again, the customer who is using the product should, after the usage, it should be deposited, and these waste or the used product should be converted into a raw material where the cycle has to be there in order to safeguard the sustainability of the environment and to safeguard the ecological system in the world. The consequences due to the growth of the manufacturing industries are being listed here, and as we said that the greenhouse gases emission is being very high due to the manufacturing field development in a country, which this greenhouse gases creates a lot of hazards to the people and the living beings in the world. So there is a scarcity of water and pollution in water, pollution in air, and also in land. Waste management plays an important role in the urban area. India is one of the country who needs to adopt this system as soon as possible to overcome the affordable changes. Now we'll see how this particular development in manufacturing sector plays a role in GDP. The GDP is an important component of microeconomics that measures the total final goods and services produced in a country within a stated period, usually quarterly. For example, GDP is nothing but it is equal to sum of consumptions plus investment plus government forms plus import and export money. For example, the consumption is nothing but the money we spend for the product or the expenditure of that product, and the second is investment. Investment is nothing but the money, the capital investment that is put for the machines, land and other factory items to produce this product. All has been shaped around this product. And next is the government taxes, and the last one is, if this product is a import, it's a import tax, and if it is export, then the export scenarios has to be taken into account. So the sum of consumption, that is expenditure, plus the investment plus the tax and the particular import export NX counts to the GDP of any product, GDP of any particular sectors. Now, as an assessment of the GDP allows the government to gauge the state of their national economic. The GDP figures are used by investors to assess the state of the economy in a country before making any investment decision. When GDP rises sharply, leads to a period of economical boom, which may also lead to a inflation. It is used to measure the productivity of the labor force, determine how federal government controls the flow of money, and estimate or predict tax revenues for national, state, and local governments. So GDP is nothing but, as we told, that is a gross domestic product. Why it is necessary and to whom it is necessary. The GDP of a nation is so important for any foreign investors who are about to invest their service in our country will look at the GDP. On looking on the gross domestic product values, they will fix that how their establishment of manufacturing sector will be in this particular nation. So a huge GDP will attract more investors, foreign investors, and there will be huge development. Not only that, a country's value or the country's economy can be easily evaluated using this GDP values. So GDP per capita is often considered an indicator of the country's standard of living. And also in the first quarter of 2013 in India, the GDP is about 4.8%, and the maximum is due to the development of manufacturing sector in the